Over 2 decades ago, on a quiet August morning in 2002, the peace of Oak Level, Virginia, was shattered by a horrifying discovery. The brutal murder of Michael and Mary Short, found shot execution style in their bed. Their 9-year-old daughter Jennifer was missing, vanishing without a trace. What began as a routine business day for Michael's employee, Chris Thompson, quickly spiraled into the largest, most complex investigation in the county's history. Yet, despite tireless efforts, the mystery of the Short family's demise stubbornly remains unsolved. Chris Thompson was the last person to see the Shorts alive. The night before the tragedy, he'd stayed late helping Michael work on a vehicle. They planned to meet before 9 a.m. to pick up a truck for Michael's mobile home moving business, a simple morning errand that would never happen. When Chris arrived, he found what no one was prepared for: Michael's lifeless body, slumped on the garage couch where he often slept to spare Mary from his snoring. A single, small-caliber bullet had ended his life. Inside the home, Mary's body lay peacefully in bed, also slain by a small-caliber gunshot to the head. The method was cold, calculated, and chilling, an execution carried out in the deepest cruelty of night, without a hint of struggle. Yet the most heart-wrenching part of the scene was the absence of their daughter Jennifer. She was nowhere to be found. The search that followed was enormous. Volunteers combed the woods, dogs sniffed the air, helicopters scoured the terrain, and authorities set hundreds of miles of perimeter. Despite all efforts, Jennifer's whereabouts remained unknown. Hope lingered, but it slipped away over the weeks. Then, about 6 weeks later, a grisly breakthrough emerged 35 miles away. Eddie Albert's dogs uncovered a piece that looked like a wig, but soon, it revealed itself as part of a decomposed skull. Authorities then discovered more bone fragments under a bridge and along a rural road. The grim conclusion: Jennifer had been killed the same way as her parents, shot once in the head by a small-caliber weapon. The nightmare was all but confirmed. "She's gone now," Sheriff Castle said somberly, "and no evil can befall her anymore." But while Jennifer's fate was sealed, her murderer's identity remained an elusive specter. Authorities found no signs of robbery or forced entry. The phone lines had been cut, a clear sign of premeditation. Why abduct a child only to kill her so mercilessly? Who would strike an entire family in cold blood and vanish without a trace? One early suspect was Garrison Bowman, a carpenter with a murky past and a possible grudge against Michael Short. Suspiciously, Bowman fled to Canada the day after the murders, raising eyebrows and police interest. But after extradition and a grand jury hearing, no charges stuck. Worse, Bowman was eventually cleared as a suspect. It later came to light that some witnesses fabricating information about him sought reward money and ended up convicted for perjury and false statements. The misdirection cost precious time and resources. Was the real killer still out there, watching from the shadows? Rumors swirled. Neighbors whispered about strange vehicles seen near the Shorts' home late at night. Some spoke of shadowy figures lurking in the woods. Others remembered unmarked cars driving slowly through the neighborhood days before the murders. Yet none of these leads proved concrete. In a final eerie twist, the Short family home, sold soon after the tragedy, stood vacant for years, until 2019, when it mysteriously burned to the ground. Arson was suspected, but the cause was never conclusively determined. Could the fire have been set by the killer, returning to erase the last traces of their gruesome crime? Or was it simply another tragic accident wrapped in secrecy? Every year, friends and neighbors honor the Shorts with a motorcycle ride across the Jennifer Renee Short Memorial Bridge, the very place where some of Jennifer's remains were found. Each ride rekindles hope and brings new tips to the sheriff's office, yet none have cracked the case. The Short family murders remain a haunting, painful reminder of evil's shadow lurking beneath everyday life. Over 2 decades on, the unanswered questions weigh heavy. Who took Jennifer? Why were all 3 of them killed? Could justice still be served?